This video is demonstrating how to do a final clean on a new construction residential home. When we come in a house, when someone needs to go around and vacuum all of the window ledges, all of the cabinets, everything that needs to be vacuumed throughout the house where the next person can start cleaning the windows. The person that finishes vacuuming everything out in the house can then start on the bathrooms. And I'm going to show y'all how to vacuum the go through the entire house doing that. go ahead and do the window. This is the master bathroom of a residential home. We're doing a new construction clean on. That's usually what it's going to look like. The products that we use are Barkeeper's Goof Off, a wooden stick, some rags, and a scrubby. The cabinets should have been vacuumed out by now. We always start, usually there's lights up there, we start at the top, work our way down, so we're not having to redo anything. So we start at the light fixtures, the mirrors, the sink, and then the cabinets, all the way down. Also on the shower, which you can see is pretty dirty, start at the top and work our way down. This is what we do first. Squirt the top of the shower down with your water, and then down the sides to make sure that it's clean. Then what you do is take your stick, mainly on the top, and run your stick here along the top to make sure that all the sheetrock is cleaned off the top. Once you get that done, then you can start scrubbing it with your scrubby. Run the shower, scrub with the scrubby until you get almost everything off of it. So you run the shower on, run the shower, and the scrubby shower as water. Rinse your scrubby and scrub all the sheetrock mud, whatever you can get off with the scrubby. Most everything will come off at this point. Scrub. Any pieces of paint that are on it, you can go ahead and scrape with your fingernail, or you can use your stick. You want to use a piece of wood so it does not scratch the shower. So any big pieces that you can't get after you've scrubbed it, you can come back and clean it. Go over your whole shower. Once you get it wet, there shouldn't be much more than just sheetrock on the shower. Maybe a little bit of paint, but not too much more. So you scrub it. At this point, I've scrubbed the whole shower and just need to rinse out what's left in the bottom of it. Okay, at this point I've scrubbed the shower. Haven't rinsed it yet. Start with a dry rag and start drying the whole shower off. Cleaning it up. You can see that there's paint in some spots, but as you dry it off, all that stuff starts coming off. Shines the shower off. Cleans whatever you didn't get to rinse out. No rinsing is needed with water after you scrub it. And then, after you dry the whole shower out, can come back at this point and just hit where there is paint, which most of it is going to be removed at this point. At this point, the only thing left to do is the bottom of the shower. And I'm taking this rag in any place that there's paint spots, my fingernail, and cleaning it off. And you want to just start scrubbing your tub with this water. Rinse and scrub. Most everything will come off, like the paint, if you scrub it. And you want to use a non-scratch scrub pad too. You got to put a little elbow grease into it sometimes. It doesn't just come off. Just by just rubbing the scrub pad over it. Sometimes it does if it's just sheetrock, but you don't have to worry about rinsing it, just scrub it at this point. You'll have to come back with a cup and rinse your tub out and all that stuff so you can dry it out. It'll clean it off. I'm just trying to break down whatever it is on it. This is paint that's on the corner over here. You can take with your fingernail or you can take the scrubby pad and just straighten that line up on the side. Like that. You want all these corners and the edges real straight. The line real straight. A couple of rags. They can be dirty, clean, whatever. And start drying your tub. Now it still is going to have stuff on it. Just drying the whole tub out to see what you have, what couldn't be scrubbed off with this scrubby. Usually whatever can't be scrubbed off with the scrubby, well, mostly everything should be able to. Whatever can't, you can come back with some goof off. Instead of sitting there and killing yourself trying to scrub it off or trying to rinse it out and clean it up, you don't have to do it all. You normally get in here with the goof off. And you can see the paint. This is paint overspray. Don't ever put a blade on these tubs, for one. Because it will scratch it. sometimes you'll have to, clean the whole tub with goof off. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes a lot of it's going to come out with just scrubbing it with the scrubby. This one, I don't know, it's a little bit harder than some of them. And you have to remember to dry your tub before you go putting this goof off on it, or it dilutes the goof off and doesn't work as good. Then you end up wasting. If you just dampen your rag a little bit, you want to make sure that you wipe this down because it's going to have grout and stuff on it. Before you do what I just did, I kind of did it backwards. You'll wipe this down and get any of the streaks or grout or whatever is left on it. Usually, you can see this corner has a bunch of residue on it. It's not supposed to look like that. And your rag doesn't have to be really wet to wipe this down. And you don't need to put goof off on tile, usually, because it's abrasive, and it'll usually just come off with wiping it. You don't want to put goof off on these fixtures either, because it will tarnish them, turn them colors, and ruin them. So don't put goof off on your fixtures, your faucets, and again, you want to start at the top. Always start at the top. Do your light fixtures first. That way they're done. You don't have to climb back on the counter. Get the counter dirty again. Get this fixture. And you'll make sure you get all your little hooks in. Yeah. Mirror. You probably gonna have to come back and buff it out, but get the big part first. The dust sleeve. This grout on the counter, on a granite countertop, you can take a blade and just scrape that stuff off. What I do is just wipe everything onto the floor because we're going to be coming back and cleaning the floor anyway, so you don't have to pick up your trash and go bring it to the trash can and everything. Everything just throw it on the floor. Anything that there is on the top of this granite, if there is anything, will just come off if there's paint or anything like that. You just scrape it off the blade. You can feel it when you're cleaning it, if there's something on it. It's going to be kind of rough. Inside the sink, it's already wet because I just sprayed the sink down, so if you just dry it out, usually that'll work. if that doesn't work, which I don't know what this is doing. You try using a scrubby. Looks like it's getting it. If you don't have to use any product, then don't use product, because it's just a waste. So, looks like the scrubbies just move it a little. That doesn't work. Then you can put a little bit of bar keepers, but you want to make a paste. Don't put water in your sink when you do bar keepers, because it dilutes it and it doesn't work as well. So there's some pieces over here that wouldn't come up with me just scraping them without a product. Bar keepers works really well for that kind of stuff because it's abrasive, and it works good in porcelain sinks, stainless steel sinks if they have water marks in them. It's supposed to be for cleaner and polisher, so it works good on metals and porcelains, tiles, you know, pencil marks on stuff. And you can just dry your sink out again. And you don't have to use water, you know. I mean, you want your stuff to be clean and dry and polished. So sometimes less water is actually better. You're just going to take and spray the toilet. You want to make sure you get the sides of your toilet, and then also you want to make sure you get this piece over here. You want to dust it off. We forget this quite often, but you want to make sure that you at least just wipe over it and get the dust off of it. Start at the top of your toilet. If you have paint all over it, like this one does, you need to take your fingernail, or you can take a flat razor. And it'll just pop all that off of there. Or your fingernail. On all sides of the tank. Work your way down. You do have to put elbow grease in it. It's not just, I'm not just wiping it. I'm putting a lot of pressure to get all of this off, whatever it is. You want to make sure you get the sides of your toilet with the fairly dry rag. You sprayed some water on it, but you want your rag pretty dry. You don't want to ever wipe with a wet rag. it just smears it around. This way you can see it's just taking the dirt off. And shake your dry rag out and continue to use it. I'm just buffing all the dirt off of it. On the side of here, it looks like there must be some kind of rust or something on the side. You can pick your bar keepers, which is good for that. Put your dry stuff. Take your sponge and scrub it off. Rag was dirty, I had to change it out. You want to change your rags out pretty often. This is a completely dry rag. I'm just drying and wiping at the same time. Okay. That's done. After everything is vacuumed out and someone has started on the windows and someone is doing the bathrooms, when those two people have finished, or if you have another person to work, someone can come in the kitchen and start working on the kitchen. And when we start on the kitchen, what you want to do, make sure you have all your rags and your cleaning supplies. What I sometimes do, if you have a squirt bottle with a little bit of soap and water in it, just spray your rag lightly. You don't want it wet, you just want it damp, because what you're doing is trying to grab the dirt and remove it. So, any little spots that you see on the fixtures, you want to clean it off. Start at the top, always. Start with your light fixtures in the kitchen. Go ahead and clean them off. Clean the neat little marks that you have so they look brand new. Dust them off completely. Then you can start on your top cabinets. Always start at the top and work your way down. Do the sides of your cabinets. Do all of your decorative pieces on the cabinets. Start on your top shelves. White. 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 Get your hinges. Get inside your little hinges, quick wipe, dust. And then do the outsides along with your little, what are these called?
Knobs. Little
On
knobs.
your cabinets. You want to dust all of that stuff. If, for some reason, these cabinets are kind of clean, but if they're really dirty and you see that there's sheetrock dust in these corners right here and you can't get it out like on darker cabinets, squirt you water in there and then wipe it out, and it usually takes it out. Quick, easy way of getting the dust out. Once you get your top cabinets done, then you can move down to your backsplash. You want to clean underneath this cabinet, just a quick wipe of dust. And clean your backsplash. You're working from the top to the bottom. And do all the way around your kitchen. One thing that I forgot in the master bathroom, if you're doing the tub and there's a window above the tub, you want to make sure that whoever starts the windows starts in the master bathroom above the tub. So when you clean the tub, the window is done above it already and you're not re-dirtying the tub and having to go back and re-clean it. Well, FYI. So like this window right here,
You know, go ahead and do your backsplash, go ahead and do your counters. Always save your sink for last, because you're going to be mopping with the sink, it's going to get dirty again. When you're walking out the door, drain the water, scrub the sink, polish the sink, and walk out the door. The sink, when it is time to do that, what you want to do, get you a scrubby. You want to run the water in the sink, wet it, and let all the water drain out. After the water drains out, put you just a little bit of this Bar Keepers in it. Scrub your sink out. It's going to take all these little water marks and everything out of your sink. Scrub your sink down. Quick rinse. Quick, like that. Dry it out. Mama. And then you want to come back with your polish. And polish your sink. Do not use over-abrasive scrub pads on the sinks and the tubs. After the kitchen's done, or someone is finished with the bathrooms or the windows, the next job that needs to be done is the base, the light fixtures, the doors, and the switch plates. So what you want to do is start at the top. You always start with your fans and fixtures. If it's too high, you're going to need a ladder. If it's not too high, or if you can get it with one of these, this is fine. But you do want to make sure if there is dirt on this chain up here, you want to make sure you get it. This fixture needs to be white. Sometimes, like you can see the top of this up here is really dusty, so you're going to have to get a ladder and get that, but sometimes you can just go through like this and dust them. This saves a lot of time. Start in one room, take your duster, go down your base, just like this, and dust all your base off. As you're doing that, you can take your rag, your pan, and just go over your switch plates. It shouldn't be dirty. It's a new construction house, so you just want to knock the dust off of any tops of anything. Windowsill is included, which the window person is going to wipe them, but you may have to go just as you're going around, just make sure that they're dusted off over there. Any of this decorative molding you want to get. So go around the house and do that. Get your ladder. Start with your chains. You just want a quick wipe of dust over it. And if you get above it, you can see more where the dust is. Make sure that you hold your globes so if they fall off, they don't hit the ground. You can actually hold on to them. all, the doors, light sockets, the fixtures, and the base in the whole room. And then we'll move on to the next room. I'm going to show you how to do a door now. You want to dampen your rag. You don't want a real wet rag. You just want a little bit of moisture on it to grab the dust. This door's high, so we're going to need to get a ladder for it. Big rag, open your hand up. Make sure you get your handle. Make sure you get your all your vertical pieces in there. Then if you take the door and you look down it like this, you can see what you missed, which I missed a spot here and a spot here. Especially on these dark doors. Open your hand and just make sure you get the whole door, including the top. And then also you want to get your hinges, and as you're wiping your door, you can just go over your hinges real quick. And it just knocks the dust off of the hinges. Some of the times you might have to go on the inside and the outside of the hinges because there's going to be dust here also. Hold on. So just run your rag right down that. And that's done.